Hello guys, so this is Oliver Stonehenge. This is my first video that I'm doing on Civ 6. Actually been a player of this game for quite a long time. Been playing way too many hours of this game, which I love. I think it's the best game ever made. And the only game I still play and still makes me excited about playing. So I thought if I'm gonna keep playing this, might as well share it, because I think I've managed to develop a pretty good level. And at first it seemed like playing Immortal difficulty was really hard and almost impossible. And now I'm pretty confident about winning with pretty much any Civ at DEITY difficulty. I've been often playing with a friend online, and we've been able to raise our game a lot. So I just made this video to share it with you guys who want to improve your game, who are as obsessed as me about this game, and want to make it to another level, maybe to play online with other human beings. Because of course at some point the computer, the AI seems like becomes more predictable, and even if they've really improved the AI, there's still ways that you can end up always having some kind of an advantage because you're human. So I'm just taking a little sip of coffee. Excuse me my accent. I'm actually not English speaker. I'm a native French speaker. So pour ceux qui parlent français, well, bonjour. Y los que hablan español también. So, but I'm gonna put it in English because it's the dominating cultural language. So if we were playing a Civ game, England or United States would definitively be close to a cultural victory, if you know what I mean. So I've decided to just add a little bit of disaster here. We're playing DEITY, quick game. I've added one city-state. Other than that, continent and islands, just to make sure that any Civ will be able to have a bit of an advantage if I get like a Civ that has a lot of naval advantages. I'm gonna put all of the victories, even if of course religious victories often easier for those who know. Well, we're gonna figure it out as well. If we can get another type of victory, that would be great. Sometimes I put sparse here, but I'm gonna leave it standard for now. Sometimes I also add other players, but we're gonna leave it like this. So I'm just gonna start the game, and we'll see what Civ we get. So I'm random. So just to tell you a bit more, we're gonna try to improve the game here, like I said, for those who really want to push it to another level. This is not really for total beginners, but I'm gonna try to explain everything behind what I do. Playing DEITY difficulty, the hardest is gonna be at the start of the game, so you're gonna want to have like probably a Civ that's good early game. In this case, it's pretty good. So we're gonna see just the kind of advantages this have. So every city starts with additional city center building, a monument building in an ancient era. So this is great. It saves you a lot of time at the beginning. All cities conquered start with trading post. This is also good. It's not amazing, but it's just gonna give you a little bit more gold. Plus, if you combine with this, so if you combine with so they all have a trading post, and every time a trade route passes with a road where it has a trading post, you get +1 gold. So you're gonna want to make trades that go through as many cities as possible. That's not gonna be too complicated. And then we have Legion and Bath, which we're gonna talk about a little bit more when we're there. So really important, the start. So how I do it often is I'm gonna start exploring as much as possible, and yeah, I would say, you know, like don't really listen to these advisors recommendations. Yield icons, that's really important. I like to have it on at all times. Gives you a much better idea fast of where you would like to put a city, how good it's gonna be. I want to tell you also, if you put a city on a resource, it actually will do as if that resource was worked by a worker, even if you don't have the technology. So in this case, if I would put it here on dyes, it's gonna give me dyes without requiring irrigation, which comes here, not very far. But still, could be interesting. I'm still next to a river, which is gonna allow me to have more citizens. We could go explore here, but I prefer not to lose too much time. So I'm gonna go with this, since we have also, oh, very nice, this. You want production. Production is important, more than food. Should never really prioritize food. So we're gonna settle here. This is gonna be Rome. So they're asking me if I want to remove woods on this tile. In this case, yes.
Civilization has
And
accomplished.
then, oh, she's talking. Oh, I should just turn this off, because this is annoying. Yeah. Don't really know it anyways. So, as you can see, we have 6 housing. That's because we're next to a river. I mean, like I said, I know this is for people trying to get their skills higher, so normally you should know this, but just in case, I'm just gonna do a little bit of reminders like this. And this one, what you can also notice is that we have 2 amenities, and one from entertainment, one from luxury resource, which means we have the resource already. If you didn't know, here you can see global resources. So far we only know ourselves. When we're going to meet the other civs, all the resources are going to appear here, but we have dyes already, so we already know how to make some nice and colorful clothes, which is really important. Any good civ has nice clothes. Ask the French. Discovered tea here and a little village. That's good. I'm gonna start going a little faster. Just going slowly at the beginning. So we can also have a look at what we have around here to see which research we decide to go first. But honestly, that's not that big of a deal at the beginning. I might actually go for mining because we do have some nice stones around. Yeah, slingers do have the same function as scouts, and they can actually serve as good defendants of your civ if you're gonna have to fight either barbarians or another civ, which might very well happen quite early, especially if you're playing DEITY difficulty, which means that often the AI is going to be pretty aggressive right at the start, and you're going to want to have the military units right at the beginning. Just found some gold, which is not that great. So here, when you see this, it's good to go here, get a higher ground, and then simply wait. Often the barbarian will just attack you In this
Enacting
case,
new
it didn't.
policies in our government can be of great.
Yeah,
At his
shut.
best,
This is not.
man
I
is
don't want to hear this. So, yeah, we're gonna put this and this. I like to put the fate at the beginning because it gives me the pantheon. Then I'm probably not gonna go for creating a religion. Actually, almost never do unless I really get a civ that has a definitive advantage with this, which is not the case with the Romans. Often I go with this first because there's a higher chance also you will discover another continent. Sorry guys, so here we're back online. Mother. No, don't say this. Okay, so boom. Next turn. I did attack him because I was full of health. Now it's still full. I attack him again. We're going for the production here. Of course, you want settlers as soon as possible. It's a nice balance. You need to have a good balance between strength and expansion at all times. So right now we're gonna go for settle. I know it's early, you would say, yeah, but yeah, you really need those fast. If your empire doesn't expand fast enough and you're stuck with just like 3 cities or 4 cities and you're surrounded, you're pretty much done. It's gonna be very hard for you to get back in the game. So now here we can kill him or get a promotion. In this case, I'm just gonna kill him since I'm sure to kill him. It's not gonna be another barbarian showing up. I'm gonna get the money and the bonus, which is great. So here next, research, whatever, right now doesn't matter that much. Good. Next. So it's a good start, not bad. Here, look, this is just little details. I'm getting 1 step, then getting my promotion. It's just these little details that really make your game better. I know doesn't seem like much, but these end up paying off. Sometimes you can really, it's a difference, a small detail that can get the game in your favor or not. Sometimes it's a matter of 1 turn and you just want to have as many of an advantage as you can get. So there's no detail that should be overlooked when playing this game, especially not at the beginning. So here, okay, so we're on the coastline. Okay, seems like we're pretty much by ourselves. Just when I say this, we meet this beautiful Mzinga and Zinga. So I always say it's an honor and I like to sample. I want free samples. Everybody likes free samples. So now we see where its capital is. We get some nice boost. Great. Boost for this one, of course. Where the fuck is it? Here. Writing. We want writing. Yeah. I'm gonna want that soon. But I do like to know where my horse is at. Because we're gonna be expanding. And horses are normally pretty abundant. We still want to make sure you get some. Because we're gonna get horsemen. Any civ you're playing, horsemen are good. So we have a pantheon because we decided to take the nice dogma. One I like, especially we're gonna go military because we're Rome. Okay, so we have a pretty early military advantage with the legion that's coming. This is good. I like this. 25%, it's not nothing, and trust me, in every deity game you're gonna have to fight pretty soon, so that's a pretty safe bet. So now we have our pantheon, we're happy. We don't really need to worry about faith that much anymore. I'm just gonna check here what's up. We have a good idea here, probably a city would be good around here. There's good forest. You want to get hills, you know. Honestly, guys, you don't want to put a city where there's no little production possible. If there's no production possible, your city might as well grow as much as it wants. It's gonna be pretty much useless.
Fond of pigs.
I'm fond of
Every
dogs.
nation lives by exchange.
Well, here we're gonna change this. I wanna keep the barbarians. It's always good. We don't care about fate that much anymore. Still good enough. I'm not gonna change this until I get another city. I know this might be different from what you've seen before, but trust me, this is pretty good. So here, pottery. We're gonna want to get writing. Of course, science is a must. If you didn't know that, well, now you know. Science is the most important of all. Why? Because it's first, probably the fastest and easiest victory, and second, if you don't get science, you don't get nothing. If you don't have basically a science advantage, or at least keeping up with science, you're gonna have troubles in all other facets of the game. Mostly military, because you do want that military to be updated. If you're outdated militaristically talking, you're gonna be having a lot of trouble. So here, do we want this? Not really, but I think we're gonna go for it. Maybe I go for this because it's too long to get 6. We're not gonna get 6 soon, so we're gonna go for this. I mean 6 population. Why are we not gonna get 6? Because we're gonna keep producing settlers. Why? Because it's important. Oh, here I forgot. I'm gonna build. So I'm gonna have exactly the good amount of money. Buy a trader. I often do this because it's more money, and I don't have to spend time on this when I can training settlers, and I will be able to train settlers faster once I get early empire here. So you want those settlers. So what I was gonna say is that since we're gonna be building settlers, our population is gonna drop each time of 1. So we're not gonna reach 6. That's also why I like to keep it low at the beginning. You don't have to worry that much about improving your tiles because your population is gonna stay low, but you do want a good start. So we had a good start here because we're getting this, we're getting faith, we're getting production, food production. That's a decent start. Start location, I mean. No routes. What? Okay, I'm just gonna clear a path. Probably send a route to Vilnius. Does Vilnius wants? No, it wants Eureka for. So that was a little mistake, but it won't take long. We're gonna open a path here. I'm gonna send a nice tree. At the same time we're discovering, so there's no problem. You see, it's done. No problem. Got our first route. We're happy. Next, we're gonna get a settler. So now we gotta be ready. Good thing we cleared here. There's no barbarians. We're sure of it. We're gonna cross here. We see there's a barbarian. So now they're probably gonna go for somewhere here. Yeah, we could go somewhere here and already kind of block the expansion of Congo. It's probably a good idea, actually, especially because we're making a route here. It's gonna make it more accessible, and we pretty much secure this spot here. Means that the next settler, you know, we're gonna have this spot. This is for us. So this could be taken by Congo. So we're gonna go and take this one before he takes it. That's strategy. Yeah, it's important. Because if you get stuck, like I said, and you cannot expand, you're screwed. It's really important. So now, which way should we go? I think we're just gonna connect here. Just gonna make a connection. Just gonna make sure there's no surprises around here either, since we're bringing a settler. Also, never send a settler if you don't know at all what's happening. So now we have a faster production for these military guys. I'm gonna want to have another slinger. I know this, maybe it's not exactly what you've heard, but in DEITY you want some defense. You need to be ready. Also, something you want to know is that the AI is much less likely to declare war, especially early war on you, if you have some military. If you have almost no military, the AI will most likely declare war very fast on you. And if you're playing DEITY, you're not gonna like it. Not gonna like it at first. So we're gonna get some experience hitting this guy in the face with hammers, or yeah, what is it? Axes, ball, and ball. Yeah. So here, okay. I have a little bit of time left. Okay. We're gonna get some tea. We're gonna get some more dyes, which is fine. Yeah, by the way, kind of forgot to do this. So we can do this. We can trade him. Trade him some dyes. For, yeah, this seems like decent. Let's take it. Why are we trading this? Because we don't need it. You can see my people are happy. We don't really need the dyes right now. We do want that money. Could have taken just pure money, not money per turn. But you do end up getting more with money per turn. And right now I'm not in a huge rush, because it seems like it's just us and Congo. And I think we're okay. I like to have just a view of who we're dealing with here, what exactly. I'm gonna go for this. And now, now we're gonna go for more settler, even if we're not boosting it yet with our dogma. With our dogma. This came in during your game. The fuck? The fuck is this? This is keep that going. Also, if you didn't know, this game makes you crazy. Welcome. Welcome to the club, fuckers. Drinking coffee. So, keep going. in this case, the suggestion of creating a city here is not too bad. Actually, I do prefer to put it right on the T. There's a T here. Alright, so you probably know that every city goes as far as 3 tiles around the center. Also, you don't want to get too close to your capital because you want the capital to be able to expand, since it's probably going to be your most important city. If you put a city too close to it, they're going to be fighting for who's controlling which tiles, which I will show you later. I do like this spot. Why? Because it's on the T. We're going to get a T right away. Don't need to get any worker, don't need to get the irrigation, and it's surrounded by a river, which it's good to defend, which we will maybe have to deal with soon, since like I said, at DEITY, the computer AI is aggressive, so maybe we'll have to fight Mr. Congo soon. This is a great place to put a city. And we're gonna have free road, so maybe this was not necessary to start, but whatever. Found a city. Okay, the road is already being made. Well, maybe a little bit too ahead on this one. No biggie. Can we purchase anything? No. So what are we gonna do here? We have good housing. I think we could go. I know you're gonna think this is a lot. You know, I'm gonna go for a builder. Yeah. So, since this guy is gonna be coming this way, maybe we want this guy to explore more this way. Yeah. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so here we're gonna kill this guy. So here we're seeing more. This is nice. Why? Lots of production. Good spot for a city. But we did see, I think the influence is starting to come here. So we're gonna see once we get another settler. Or actually, what you can do is go here. Loyalty. Oh, you don't see it. I thought you would see the loyalty pressure. You do not. Well, whatever. So here, well, maybe our loyalty pressure is also gonna get better because we just built a city here. So you have to take this in consideration. Now we got 2 cities here pressuring on this side. Here, these will probably counter the pressure that he's creating from this city, and maybe there's another city here. So we're gonna discover this soon enough. The AI with DEITY gets 2 settlers more right when it starts. Doesn't even need to build them. Lucky. That's why he has a huge advantage at the beginning. You can see in the score, we're always gonna be trailing behind for a while. But don't worry. So here we have killed him. This would be considered murder, but not back in the good old days. So here we've seen here the desert. Yes, this is not so good. It's good for us. It's not good for Congo. Desert is not so good unless you build Petra, but even then, not the best. I prefer having production. Here. Oh, amber. Incense. So the incense is put in a kind of a not a great spot. So we're not gonna go crazy about it. Oh, I did. So now here, look, +1. So what does +1 amenity does? Happy. People are happy. +10 citizen growth. +5 non-food yields. We'll probably want to keep our tea. He's not even giving much for it, so we're keeping that tea for sure. Soon we're gonna be able to buy something. Settlers are already expensive. They're getting more and more expensive, by the way, if you didn't know. The more you advance in the game, the more expensive the builders and the settlers cost in terms of production, in terms of buying them as well, because they go hand in hand. So I'm probably gonna buy builder here next turn.
Writing is easy. It was luxuries like air conditioning.
Yeah, we're still gonna go with barbarians fighting. Actually, you know what? Yeah, this is of course very good. Settlers, it's coming. Let's buy a builder. Yep. Why am I doing this? Because we want to get production up. Okay, just discovered Fez. This is like the candy. I don't know if you know this, if you remember this candy that was served in a plastic weird thing with a button, and you have little candies coming out. That was called Fez, if I'm not remembering wrong. Good old Fez. The most complicated candy ever. So here, quarry. I'm gonna build a quarry soon. Ennis. But this guy, don't overlook this guy. It looks weird. This is great, actually. So you're gonna want this guy first. So why do you want this guy first? It depends. If you have lots of yield that you can harvest, you want this guy. So which yield do you want to harvest? Well, the one that is obvious and you don't even need to think about it is if you have, when you have hills and you have forest or jungle, when you harvest it, you will get 50% plus with Magnus inside the city, and then you can build a mine, which gets your production all the way up to what it was with the forest or with the jungle, and even gets further with technologies in the future, so a mine will be better. When it's flat land like this, you would consider putting a mill, which comes pretty soon in the game, lumber mill. Though when it's a jungle, the technology to put a lumber mill in the jungle comes later. So it really depends of your momentum. In this case, for example, for this city, I'm probably gonna chop it down. Plus, you have to also think about where you're gonna put a district. So if you would thinking about putting a district here, for example, because of the river, maybe there's a bonus around and it's a good place to put it. Before you put the district, you want to chop it down, get some of the yield that will come out of this, and then make sure that you're actually taking full advantage of all of the tiles you have before placing a district. So that's all these details you really need to think about if you want to get to a good level, you know. So I hope that's clear. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to make sure you have a good maximizing, basically. That's the whole idea. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Just 1 second here. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we can do next turn here. I think we're good. Yeah. Going back to Magnus, also his later promotions are pretty good. As you can see here, you can this really helps growing the city. Then also not using city population to train settlers. That's good early game. So I would say, you know, that's in most cases, unless you're getting attacked very early, or you're going for, even if you're going for another type of victory, often Magnus will be the best first governor you want to take. If you're getting attacked early, maybe Victor, but that's really if you're not lucky. So we could say actually right now we're pretty lucky. Yeah, we don't have huge pressure. Congo is pretty chill as a civ. It's not that aggressive. It's not that good either. So we may want to invade him at some point, but that's not yet at all concern. So now, as you can see, the tea resource cannot be improved because of we don't have irrigation, which is why it was a good call to take the tea and the dyes, if you remember, putting the city right on it without needing to get irrigation technology. Now we're gonna grab these nice horses, so we're happy because we have horses right away near a capital. It's perfect. And then we're gonna improve this rock. Let's see here, more dyes, more. Oh, this looks like a natural wonder. Probably the coral barrier reef, coral reef, whatever. Okay. By the way, the real barrier coral reef had a huge bleaching in the past years and is dying. So
I like to say I practice militant mysticism. I'm absolute.
Here. We're fleeing a bit from this guy. Too strong. Okay, we have settler. As you can see now, as I was saying before, you see the pressure before? I don't know if you remember, there was some pressure here. Now the pressure is gone, even though there's a city here, as I was guessing. There's no water, fresh water here. There's tea dyes. It's a bit close, like it's a bit packed here. It would be maybe a bit too packed. I like to leave a little bit of a gap with the other player. We know this is a good spot. Now we're discovering this spot also, which is nice. It's always nice to also have a natural wonder inside of your city's control. As you can see, it's obviously giving free bonus science without having to do anything. There's pressure here. In terms of pressure, I would say, you know, when it's -4, it's easily neutralized with governor, but more than that, it starts getting complicated. You're gonna have some trouble to keep that, especially get a golden age. As you know, golden ages give you more influence. And if you're in the dark age, it's the opposite. So it's hard to get golden age like right away in the first stage. After that, normally I always get the golden ages like all the way through the end of the game. So in this case, I don't think that there's enough here to really take advantage. Unless we put it on the coast, then we can take advantage of this nice ember. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that because we want to just make sure that Congo knows who the boss is, that he cannot fuck around with us. So I think we'll let him know. Plus we're Rome. We have to follow the Roman attitude, which is we're not intimidated, are we? No. So here, boom.
The natural history of this archipelago
oh, it was not
is
the
very
big
remarkable.
berries. I was wrong. I suck. So yeah, Galapago. Nice. So I think here a city would be great. We're gonna do 2 more settlers at least. 1 for here, 1 here, maybe 1 here. So that's about 6 cities if we're lucky. That's a pretty good start. Now we're getting some bonus. Means we avoided the Dark Age, which is great. Settlers, we're keeping going with that. No change for this. Settlers are the most... That's the priority at the beginning of the game. We're gonna get 3 tiles soon, so we're ready for this. It's just gonna have the time to upgrade and we'll be ready. Because as you can see here, if you didn't notice, when you actually boost a technology or a dogma, this here is the amount that it's gonna get boosted by. So you can calculate it a little bit. Often when I know I'm gonna get the boost, I can give it, for example, this one, give at least 2 turns before it's kind of wasted. So we're gonna keep going with the settlers. I just want to have an idea here. As you can see, it's nice to drop also your districts before, if you can. In this case, we would have to pay 40 to get it. Is it worth it? We're gonna check here also. I like to expand my borders soon when you can, if you're close to an enemy, I mean an adversary, and make sure you're getting the best out of it. In this case, we're just gonna wait because actually we don't have that much money, and we maybe want to get the this reducing cost at some point. But first, we're gonna do another settler for sure. Yeah. Priority here. Can send an envoy. We're gonna get this. State work first. Eureka for sailing, we're gonna get it at some point. We're gonna wait here till we get this going. It's not a big deal right now. Also, we could maybe just get some open borders. Why not? He's paying us, so yeah, we'll take it, sure. Maybe with this beautiful lady here. She wants us to pay. Not gonna happen. Sorry. So here I'm just looking at the happiness. I don't think it's good to trade. We're gonna keep our tea. My +1 is good. I'm gonna keep +1. When you're going +3, 4, it's a little bit wasted, I would say. Like there's a bonus up to +3, I think. Something like this. So yeah. No point being too happy. Wanna be happy, but not too much. Okay? Okay? Here. Otherwise, your people, they get lazy. Yeah? And they get spoiled. Yes? And they start wasting. Yes? Oh,